Hey there, tired of paying for ChatGPT or worrying about your data privacy? What if I told you there is a way to run powerful AI on your computer with just a few clicks? I'm serious. In this video, I'm going to show you how MSTY makes running AI locally ridiculously simple. No technical skills required. You'll be chatting with your own private AI assistant in under about 5 minutes. 2 minutes. The first thing you want to do is visit the webpage at MSTY.app. That's MSTY.app. This will show you all the basic features of the product. The best part? It's completely free for personal use. Find the download MSTY button and choose your platform. I'm on a Mac, so I'll show you that installation process, but the other platforms should all be similar. I've downloaded the Mac installer, and now I'll double-click it to open. Like any Mac app, drag MSTY to your Applications folder and open it there. When the security prompt appears, click Open to continue. When MSTY opens, you'll see 3 options. But don't worry, we're going with the simplest one. Just click that big Setup Local AI button at the top left. This is what makes MSTY special. It handles all the complicated technical stuff for you in the background. Now it's downloading a free AI model for your computer. MSTY automatically chooses one that works well on most machines. The best part is that it will run completely locally on your machine without sending data anywhere. It's a great way to get started. Download times vary depending on your internet speed. For me, it only takes seconds. Then it does a bit more configuration and drops you into a chat window. You're now completely set up and ready to work with AI. Pretty quick, right? Now, before we continue, if you're enjoying how easy this is, please hit that like and subscribe button to the channel. I post new AI tutorials weekly that simplify tech for everyone. So let's ask a question. Maybe you want to learn about black holes, or making muffins, or why is the sky blue? Ask the question and you'll get an answer within seconds. Read the results and come up with a follow-up question. But before you ask, I want you to disconnect yourself from the internet. Maybe that means unplugging your Ethernet cable or turning off Wi-Fi. Now ask your follow-up question. You should get an answer within a few seconds again. But you now know for sure that nothing was shared with any third parties because you have no connection. Everything was done locally on your own machine. There is no tracking. There is no personal data going back to any model. Your data is your data and no one else has access to it. Pretty cool, right? Go ahead and reconnect to the internet now. Sometimes you get the answer to a question and you don't like it for some reason. Just click the button that looks like 2 arrows in a circle. This regenerates the answer. You haven't lost the old answer, but you only see one at a time. If you scroll up to the top of the answer, you should see a 2 of 2, and you can navigate back and forth between the 2 answers. Next to that regenerate button, you can see a number of other options that are super useful. The edit button lets you change any AI response. The copy button puts the answer on your clipboard, and the context shield button lets you ask a question without the AI seeing your previous conversation. Now, editing may seem a bit strange here, but it lets you change any AI response. This is really powerful because AI models don't actually remember conversations on their own. MSTY saves the conversation history and sends it along with each new question. By editing a response, you can guide the AI in a different direction or correct something you don't like before asking your next question. If you want to ask a question without any previous context, well, that's where you use the context shield button. Copy just copies the single response. If you want to export the entire conversation, go up to the export option. If you hover over any icon in the app, you'll see helpful text explaining what it does. No guessing required. This should be in all applications like this, but it is surprising how often it is overlooked. One cool feature to try is Delve. Click this button and it underlines important terms in the AI's response. Click any underlined word and MSTY will explain it in more detail. I mentioned this in my MSTY review video, comparing it to the ability to go down rabbit holes in IMDb. Now, it's interesting how many folks thought I meant Wikipedia, but I tend to go there for one specific article. I can never limit myself to one page in IMDb though. Maybe I'm just weird. Near the top of the app is a button to expand the sidebar. Click it and we now see the conversation list. There's only a single conversation here because we just installed it. But in the future, you'll see others that will be added, and MSTY automatically names the conversations so you can find it later. As you build up your conversations, you may also choose to organize them in folders by topic. Let's explore what else MSTY can do. The next button down is for remote model providers. This is where you can connect MSTY to services like ChatGPT or Claude if you want to use those too. You can also point to a remote Ollama server if you like. Below that is local AI models. Here you can see a list of all the models available for MSTY. The percentage next to each model shows if it will work well on your computer based on what kind of hardware you have. 100% means it's perfect for your device. Lower percentages don't always mean it won't work, but you may not have the best experience with them. Click the download button to start to download and install any model you want to try. You can also click on the Browse and Download Models Online to get more options. This provides more choices for models and their quantizations. In case you're interested, I did a video on how to understand quantizations, and I've added it to the description below. Now, let's look at one of the most powerful features for beginners. Below the icon for AI models is knowledge stacks. This is an amazing feature that lets your AI learn from your own documents. The more common term for this feature is RAG, or Retrieval Augmented Generation. You can add documents to a knowledge stack and ask the stack questions. This is a great way to have the AI answer questions about your own files, like Word documents, research papers, or even your notes. To use this feature, click Knowledge Stacks to set it up. Add your first knowledge stack and give it a name. Group similar documents together like work projects and research papers. To add documents, you can just drag and drop the files onto this dialog. You can also add folders, or Obsidian vaults, or even YouTube links. Then click on the Compose button. Now that you have a knowledge stack or two defined, you can start asking questions. Come back to the main screen and click the knowledge stack icon at the bottom. Click the checkbox next to the stack you want to work with, and then ask your question in the text field. MSTY will answer based on your own documents. Now, when working with knowledge stacks and RAG, it's important to put related documents together. RAG works by first doing a search, looking for fragments of the source text that are similar to the question you asked. But it can get confused. For instance, if you have a PDF about electronics and another about AI models, and you ask a question about transformers, you may or may not get the answer you expect. There might not be enough context in the question to understand the semantic meaning of the goal. And since both documents use the term transformer in very different ways, it'll be hard to get a reliably good answer. Since many topic areas share terms with different meanings, organizing your data in different stacks is important. Below the knowledge stack icon on the left is the prompt library. This is a collection of prompts you might want to use. These are pre-written questions and instructions that get better results depending on what you're trying to do. To use these, simply click the Quick Prompts button at the bottom of the chat screen and choose one that fits your goal. There are a few other places in the app you can use these too, such as when setting the system prompt for the model. Finally, on the left, there is an icon for settings. I'll let you discover the settings that resonate for you in here. But one of the important ones I change is the Keep Alive setting. This sets how long the model stays in memory before it's unloaded. Depending on the size of the model, it can take a while to load into memory. You don't want it to get unloaded until you're really done with the model. There are just a few more features we need to cover. Down at the bottom, where you can enter your question to the model, you can also choose the model you want to use. There are some customization options for each model, but at this stage in your AI journey, we can probably skip them. Next to that dropdown is the model options. Here we can set a lot of different parameters for the model. Click the little information button next to any of these to see how they can affect the answers generated. Next to that is real-time data. This enables MSTY to perform a web search and pass the data to the model for additional context. Models typically only have information up to their training date, which could be a year or more in the past. Enabling web search allows for more recent information to be used. But as with any model, it doesn't necessarily mean that you are more likely to get an accurate answer. There's no guarantee of accuracy with AI models, and it's always necessary to verify what you learn. Next to real-time data is the icon for quick prompts and knowledge stacks, which we've already talked about. But next to that is the ability to talk with a document without adding it to a knowledge stack. This is especially useful when you just want to work with a single document without the rest of the docs in the stack. Now, there is one more feature worth discussing, though you might not ever use it. You might make adjustments to the real-time options and knowledge stacks and more, but sometimes you want to use other variations of those options. So you can create what are called workspaces. That's what this plus sign is at the top left. Click it to create a workspace. And now you can create an environment for your work questions and another environment for your personal questions. And that's it. You now have a private AI assistant running on your computer. No subscriptions, no privacy concerns, and it was incredibly easy to set up. If you found this tutorial helpful, please hit that like button and subscribe for more videos that make AI and tech simple for everyone. Also, leave a comment if you have any questions. I try to answer all of them. Sometimes that's hard. Thanks so much for watching. Goodbye.